Good day, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. It's the first week of Easter. The updates come out, and a little bit earlier, we did see the Rustige rotation happen. So let's just go through all of this real quick. We've received like a proper update, nice changes to the map markers and whatnot, and various other little tidbits. But most importantly, the thing that we were most concerned about was the return of Easter, and of course, the Easter stuff. And to my surprise, we only got 2 Easter items, and we'll talk more about that right now. So we're just going to hop over to here, do a nice refresh, and what do we see? 12 skins are accepted with 2 items. Those 2 items being a $10 egg suit and a $6.49 Rustige white egg. So we knew these were coming, but to my surprise, no bunny hat, no nest hat. I'm very, very, very confused. I don't fully know what's going on, but I will point this out. In the past, I have seen the likes of a Halloween come out, where during the first week we had Halloween skins but no items, but then for the second week we did get items. So I'm just going to be sitting here saying there's no guarantees this might happen. We're probably going to see in the second week maybe the arrival of the nest hat and the bunny hat then. Remember, this is the first year where we have 2 weeks of Easter Rustige rotations. This is week 1, and then next week we're going to have week 2. So this is the first time this is ever happening. So let's see how this all plays out. Other than that, Rustige rotation, let's start talking about all of these skins. First of all, let's just hop over to here and let's go to accepted in game and ta-da, get a good look at all of these, and let's just quickly find out when they all came out and who they're made by. So let's start off over down to here. We've got oh Shedman, I just realised that's your see-through door being accepted. Yeah, so yeah, Shedman's see-through, yes, it's got a hole in it. See-through wooden door with, you know, all the icing and whatnot, so that's cool. No point sitting here saying what's typical and what's not typical, because basically all of these except one skin was a typical skin, because they all came out during the same time. Not the past weekend, but the weekend before that. So, yeah, it's all goopy, yes indeed. I saw what you posted, I'm not going to comment. So, yep, Mr. PYH, congratulations. He had a skin accepted for Valentine's. He's got one accepted for Easter. Wouldn't be surprised if he makes one for Halloween now. He's the small box man. So yep, congratulations there. Then we got the carrot Eoka. There were 3 carrot Eoka skins that were made this year during the first week of the Easter skin submissions. Mr. Sadist, you were the victor. You won. So yep, we have a carrot Eoka being accepted. Very nice. Blaster SAR, this is the continuation of the AK-47 that came out last year, of course, made by Little Ranger, very nice. Then we got the Sweet Treat Bandana and Boonie hat, made by Duck, very tasty looking, very nice, it's a nice combo. Chat, do you like what you see? Would you like to take a bite out of that? Would you like to buy it? You know, wouldn't you want to look nice and sweet? Nice and drippy, extra tasty looking, very nice to see. So, yep. Then we've got the Easter Roadsign gloves, continuation of the Chocolate Easter Tier 2 armor that was submitted last year. This is made by Pretex and G Dreamer. So, yep. Only the gloves, not the boots, only the gloves. Maybe we'll see the boots next week. Not sure, but we'll find out. Then we've got the Sweet Furnace. There was like 10 different furnace skins that were submitted during the first week for Easter submissions. This is the victor. Multi-name and Marco, congratulations. Your Sweet Furnace is the victor, congratulations. All chocolatey with the icing all over it. Then we got the Guardian of Easter. Remember when I sat here and said in a video about a month ago, guys, we've got to anticipate the arrival of either Guardian of Easter or the Chocolate Easter potentially getting a continuation of their collection, much like how we anticipated the arrival of Lovestruck Tier 2 for Valentine's. We were expecting something like this to happen with the Easter skins, and lo and behold, a new core piece has been accepted, the clothing for Guardian of Easter. So if you invested into Guardian of Easter Tier 3, I'm pretty sure you've just made a whole lot of money. So, very nice to see. Congratulations there, Decap. And last but not least, but very strangely, this Easter Chick door was accepted. And very goofy, very silly, but here's the main thing that I want to get across. This is actually an early pick. This was only recently submitted this past weekend. We've had 2 weeks worth of Easter skin submissions, but this is an early pick. I don't fully know what's going on there. It's a surprise. I don't know. Micro, we didn't even get to show it off for our Saturday Skin Showcase, which happens every Saturday, 9 p.m. in the UK. Yeah, on my stream. Links in the description for my Twitch. But we didn't even get to show it off. Yeah. So if you don't fully know, you can see it in Keke's workshop. This actually came out for the first week of submissions, and we were fully anticipating that potentially happening. But no, the door was picked instead. I don't know what's going on. Will we potentially see the Easter Chick Rock being saved for the second week next week? I don't know, but it's certainly something that was quite interesting to see. So I'm just saying. But yeah, congratulations, KK and Micro. And so with that, a lovely batch of skins. Shall we quickly just point out that, of course, as I was talking about, the vast majority of those skins were in the week 1 batch. But yeah, all of them except one. And yeah, I was fully anticipating that being accepted, but no, didn't happen. Did not happen. It actually was, as you might see here, and if you are aware, I do have, that's the Twitter, but feel free to follow the Twitter if you want. My skin checks, we went through all of the most recent skins that appeared this past weekend, and if we just scroll down here, we've only got one skin that's already been accepted, and that's the Easter Chick Door. So, yeah. A strange bit of business going on there. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, I just wanted to point all of that out to all of you. Something might be happening next week. We shall see. So yeah, the rotations happened. Let's go quickly find out now what is and isn't abnormal. So let's just go sort this out. Well, the egg suit's definitely abnormal because it's already on the market. We don't need to talk about that, but yeah. Anyway, this isn't abnormal. This isn't abnormal. This isn't abnormal. This is abnormal. This isn't abnormal. This isn't abnormal. This is already marketable because it was accidentally leaked into the game last year because of you could open it in a high quality bag still. It was supposed to come out last year. It wasn't for some reason. I've got a whole video talking about that. Rust Egg Suit Drama. So just go search that on YouTube and you can see it for yourself. This isn't abnormal. This isn't abnormal. This is a brand new introduced item. By default, they are abnormal. All right? So always remember that rule. This isn't abnormal. This isn't abnormal. This isn't abnormal. No. Yep. Okay, that's it. We've only got 2 abnormal things to chase after. The Easter Chick Door and the Rustige Egg. Literally just 2 things. So yeah, we'll talk more about this a little bit later. But yep, those are the 2 things that we have to chase after. Let's now start talking about what potentially might be a good thing to jump into and buy. But there's one extra thing that we do have to discuss, and that being all of the regular skins that appeared. So let's just sort this out. We have Pirate Bandana. Yes, it's still called Pirate Bandana. They did not change the name. Yeah, I don't know what happened here. I don't know if they're going to fix it, but if they do, I think that's going to create a brand new entity. And what do I mean by that? Well, I have talked about this fairly recently with the likes of TF2, and it has happened with CSGO before. When there's a change to a name on the Steam market, that creates a completely new entity, and that basically means that you can get the fastest buy order down. If that does happen, it's probably something that we need to be prepared for. So this might get changed to Pirate Bandana at some point in the future, but for some strange reason they didn't realize that this needed to be done today. But yeah, well. Anyway, so how much did that sell? Let's do a nice quick refresh because yeah, it looks like it's gone ahead and reached around 38,000 sales, which is very ridiculous, and it very likely will struggle now. Oh hey, look, it's the Easter skins. I wasn't intending to look at this right now, but yeah. Let's just go over to here, and yep, okay, so, yeah, that might get fixed in the future, but this has sold a ridiculous amount, and, let's just remove that. So, yeah, this right here, loads of people only putting their buy orders all the way up to about 75 cents. A lot of us are very well aware that this very likely will be struggling. Too much stock, so, if the demand doesn't really match up with the amount of stock that there is, then we're going to see tons of these appearing on the Steam market. And with this only being marketable for about 30-ish minutes, there's already 45 in the market. Yeah, so be warned, be prepared. This very likely will be going below its retail price. Then we've got the likes of the Crossbow Nana here. This was a $1.99 skin, and it's got buy orders going all the way up to $1.10. So yeah, looking okay. Crossbows by default tend to do better than most weapons and whatnot, weapons and tools, so that's looking to be perfectly fine. The recycler box, yeah. Surprised to see a buy order going all the way up to $1.09. I mean, if you want to do that, feel free to do that, but I don't think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be doing super great. Pizza hoodie and pants. Yep, that's the current situation there. Buy orders only going up to about 80 cents. Not too surprised. With these expected bad times just around the corner, wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if they end up struggling. So yeah, do be prepared for such a thing. But yeah, their buy orders not super high. They're not getting super close to 99 cents. And the Wasteland Eoka, well, the bulk of the buy orders are around 70 to 90 cents, as per usual, because we did discuss this all last night. And we are still awaiting the Chemical Burn SAR, and it's just appeared. So I think I might need to go do that right now. So back over to here. I'll be back in 5 seconds. Right, we're back. Hello. So the Chemical Burn SAR just appeared, and we all jumped in. We did our buy orders. Yep. Yeah, that didn't sell that much. We've already discussed this, haven't we, last night? Could this be potentially vulnerable to being manipulated? Well, it's not something that we would rely upon, but it's definitely something to keep note of, because that tends to happen every now and then. People like to jump in and inflate the value of something that has hardly any stock in circulation, because, well, it's easy to do, isn't it? So tends to happen with the lowest selling skin of the week. So yep, that's pretty much everything. This does not have a lot of demand. The buy orders are only going up to $1. It's very likely going to go all the way down to around $1. Not too surprising, that's the end of the discussion. So all good. And with that, we now have all of these skins to talk about. And you know what? I can just immediately jump in and I can give you my prediction straight away. Guys, I can literally tell you right now that all holiday themed skins are not good investments. Nope. The very second that it's not Easter, the demand for these, down, dead, gone. Simple. Like, that's it. That's basically it. This applies to Easter, Halloween, Christmas. It applies to all of them. Now, the main thing is, right, if it's incredibly gimmicky to the specific holiday, then it tends to be a little bit screwed. Now, there are some outliers, like, for example, maybe the Eoka being extra goofy for what it is. At the end of the day, it's literally just a carrot gun, right? We've got a carrot bone knife. We've got the likes of, we got the what was it? The cucumber Eoka. We got the banana Eoka and whatnot. That very likely will get paired up with the other silly Eoka types of skins. This might actually hold a decent amount of demand after Easter. So I personally look at this and I'd sit there and say, I can remember, of course, carrots and whatnot, it would be associated with Easter, but it might not be strictly, completely linked with it. Let's take, for example, the egg basket box, right? That very clearly is very gimmicked towards Easter. We've got all the Easter eggs on the pattern design and whatnot, so yeah. But the main point is, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if all of these skins go below the Rust price. And this is where I sit here and say I'm not super invested in wanting to jump in and buy out a whole bunch of them. And I will point this out, last year. So last year's Easter, we can show you this right now, because probably there's a lot of them that are currently going up in price because, of course, it's Easter again. All of these skins that you see here, every single one of them that appeared last year, every single one of them was below their Rust price at some point, and they were struggling at some point as well. So even the likes of the Tier 3 armor, which is doing a whole lot better at the moment, I wonder why, this was selling for 50 cents each, and less. It was pretty bad for a while. So don't be surprised in the slightest if the newest batch of Easter skins that we have here end up struggling immediately afterwards. So that is the straight up prediction. I don't think anything here is going to be doing super crazy in the future. But there is one thing that I will point out, and it's the first thing that we had to talk about. It is the Easter chick door. Guys, this is incredibly silly, goofy, and I think a lot of people will love it instantly. This is the Easter chick door. I mean, just look at it. Look at the handle. The handle is literally a beak. I mean, right. It's straight, it's simple, it's goofy, and I think people will appreciate this. I could see this actually being the one skin that might work out quite well. And what do I mean by that? Well, do you remember the likes of Halloween? We had a very, very, very cool looking rug from hell, didn't we? So let's just go find that, and I'll give you my explanation. Remember how the rug from hell wasn't exactly super gimmicky for Halloween? It was still a perfect fit, but it wasn't super gimmicky for Halloween. Well, right now, that's selling for double the price it was selling for back in the Rust store for that week. But all of these other skins, which were very gimmicky for Halloween, well, they're all struggling. They're all in the negative, except the rock, but the rock looks cool. But yeah, all of these are in the negative, but that isn't. And why? Because it wasn't super gimmicky for Halloween, and also it's part of a collection that isn't always attached to Halloween. We always see a From Hell skin being accepted every now and then, aka last week. So yeah, that was the outlier. And what I think could potentially be for this week is the Easter chick door, because guys, honestly, yes, it's a chick, yes, it's very goofy, but I think people will appreciate that as time goes on during all of the other parts of the year. Nahu pays Makoni. Just because it doesn't glow doesn't mean it's the end of the world. You don't need to have a glowing door all the time. There's many different doors you could have where this could easily be placed, you know. But yeah, if it had maybe a glowing beak, maybe that could have worked out quite nicely. But it doesn't have to have glow to be super helpful. Yeah, you know, for what it is, for the goofiness of what it is, I think this will do quite all right in the future. But I am cautious. I don't assume it's going to instantly be a amazing thing instantly. I think it might be one of those slow burn things. However, you know, this has only been out for about, an hour, and it's already got 2,000 sales. So we got to be cautious. It is abnormal. You know, this is the only actual abnormal skin of the week. All of these other ones aren't. But yeah, that's the only skin that's abnormal. We at the very least, we could use that to our advantage. But by default, will this struggle when Easter's over with? I am a bit cautious for that. Will this potentially do all right after Easter because it just looks incredibly goofy and a lot of people will love him? Yeah, probably. So yeah, I would rather just wait it out, do the buy orders first, and then make the consideration what to do next. And I probably still won't want to do a purchase afterwards, but at the very least, do a strong second buy order. That's my current answer to that, because it does look nice. But remember, people, if you like what you see, please, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creators. Not everything has to be bought purely with the intent of trying to make a profit. You can buy skins because you simply like the look of them and you want to support the creators, and that's helpful for everybody and keeps everybody motivated to keep pumping out this nice quality batch of skins. You get the idea. So yeah. Right, so that probably is the only thing that I'm probably going to be fairly invested into. But we can also now bring up the Guardian of Easter hoodie and pants. Okay, so here's going to be the problem. I already just mentioned to you earlier last year that the Guardian of Easter tier 3, it reached a point where it was fairly cheap. And this right here, it is a continuation, of course, of the Guardian of Easter. Is Guardian of Easter on the front page? There it is. Yep, it's been bought out. And I was expecting its arrival earlier, not you. Here we are. Yeah. So look what happens. Refresh. So this was about 2 hours ago when I made this link, and bam, price has increased, and the quantity's kind of doing its own thing. So let's just go take a real quick look at this. The reactionary nature of the Rust economy has taken place, even if it's a holiday themed skin set. Core pieces. That's all that matters. That's all we care about. So. Well, here we are. We're in this position now where we can see that this is getting the boost. This is very likely throughout the weekend is going to probably slowly increase in price. We have pretty much all of the Western world now getting a day off on Friday, Easter Friday. So that's obviously starting tomorrow. So loads of people are going to have the time to play Rust. And that's definitely something we're keeping track of. Come on, update. Tell me how many people are playing. But yeah, the point I'm trying to get across is, guys, this is going to do all right. This is going to do very nicely at the moment. However, it doesn't necessarily mean the hoodie and the pants are going to be doing all right. We have to wait another year to see the tier 2 being accepted. Do you understand this now? This is basically what happened with Lovestruck collection. We got the tier 3 armor being accepted back in 2022, right? But we had to wait until 2023 to actually see that tier 3 armor get the demand and increase into above its rust door price and whatnot, and being an actual profit. This right here is not something I'm going to jump in and buy. In terms of like financials, trying to make a profit out of it, you have to wait a year. And as you know, other people obviously buy these skins and whatnot. They get impatient. They're just going to throw these on the Steam market and move on. They don't have the patience for the long term. But you know that this is how it all works. Core pieces, doesn't matter if there's a new core piece being accepted, the pre-existing core pieces will go up in price. Just a good couple months ago, these two right here, they were below their rust door price. They were. We can show you that right now. So it went up for post-Christmas and went back down again, and then, got close to Halloween again. Easter. Easter, went back up again. So yeah, this has literally been the pattern of its life. Comes out, goes down, Goes up a bit for August, goes down during October, went up for post-Christmas, went down again, then people realised Easter's just around the corner, everybody jumped in again. So, yeah, that's basically what we would expect for the likes of the Easter hoodie and pants. Now, the other thing that we need to be concerned about, how many of these will sell in comparison to the tier 3? The face mask sold over 25,000, the chest plate sold over 22,000. Yeah. Basically, in terms of what I'm going to do, I'm probably just going to put down like a 50 cent to 70 cent buy order. And I'm just going to wait in the long term. Because I know people will buy them. And I know people will end up selling them for cheaper. And I will be the one that will pick them all up. And I'll wait patiently. And I'll sell them for a very nice profit in the future. And that's basically my current position over here. If I'm just going to, don't worry about this. Those are trades. That's my phone. Loads of things are happening all at once. If I could just show you right here, Guardian of Easter. Yep, it's been quite a long wait, but here we are. Got a whole batch of these to sell now. Am I going to sell all of them in one go? Nope, I'm going to be very nice and patient because I don't want to ruin the momentum. I want to ride the wave. So, yeah, I've been waiting a very, very patient amount of time. So, very nice to see this arrive. Was expected. And, well, this beat out chick suit, hoodie and pants. You probably aren't fully aware of what that is, but there was a bit of a race to see which clothing would potentially be accepted for today. Maybe we'll see this very silly looking chick suit, hoodie and pants being accepted next week. Maybe we might see the likes of the Carrot Power Tier 2 being accepted next week. And why do I mention that? Because there's like no clothing and armor pieces for the second week submissions, so I wouldn't be surprised if that potentially happens. But yep, that was just a nice little thing to add on. So yeah, that's basically it. Sweet Furnace, 80 cents to $1 by order. Furnace skins by default don't hold up very nicely. And then we got the holiday-themed furnace. So do you know what? We could do a little thing. Let's go see what the cheapest furnaces are right now. And what will we see? Oh, that's not doing good. Holiday-themed, 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 holiday-themed. Yeah, so yeah, they're in the lower end of things. This was Lunar New Year this year. This was Easter 2 years ago. This was Christmas 3 years ago. Christmas 5 years ago. Christmas 5 years ago. Yeah. You're going to see these getting pretty cheap. All of these selling for less than $1. So that means with this being a fairly gimmicky, silly-looking Easter-themed furnace, 80 cents by order. Simple, yeah. Yeah, simple. Then we've got the Carrot Eoka. Now, I was rumbling and sitting here saying that maybe the goofy nature of what it is, it's more of a gimmick rather than an actual texture. Yeah, we did recently have the likes of the Cucumber Eoka. During the good times, 2 months ago, this Cucumber Eoka was selling at a decent price. So that sold 24,000. Just remember that. 24,000 of these were sold. But we peaked at around, literally just after December, maybe around here. Maybe around towards the end of January, we reached around $3 with these. So, yeah, 142 currently in the market. Price is currently now $1.84. Could we see something very similar happen to the Carrot Eoka? Probably. But yeah, that only went up to $3. That was its peak. Does that sound appealing with that? Maybe you only want to do a buy order. Maybe you only want to put down maybe like a $1 to $1.50 buy order in it. We'll talk more about this, obviously when we have our abnormal buy orders next week. But I'll keep an eye on this. If this only sells for like maybe 10, 15,000, that would be quite interesting. And we have seen some carrot theme skins come up before that sold fairly nicely as time went on, so keep an eye on it. Now we've got the likes of the Sweet Treat Bandana and Hoodie. Not Bandana. Boonie hats. We don't really see many of these. We fairly recently saw a pizza one. Now we've got a pancake-looking one. Waffle, what do you call it? It's one of them. Well, we keep getting food. Anyway, Boonie hats. Yeah, Boonie hat skins tend to do quite nicely as time goes on. We don't see many of them being accepted. Well, we've got 2 so far this year. That's nice to see. Even though this is holiday-themed, it's nice and tasty. I think these would do probably fairly all right, but I would still look at these and think, yeah, they're very likely still going to go below the Rust price. So, my current answer is I'm probably going to put down maybe 70 cents to 80 cents for a buy order. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So, yeah, that's basically that. Will we see potentially more of these being made next year? Maybe, but again, you've got to wait a whole year. So, yeah, be prepared for that. Small box, well, PYH quite conveniently made a Valentine small box very recently, so we can go see how that's doing at the moment. Oh, there you go. Right, there you are. $1. Ta-da! Right, so yeah, lowest price as well. Oh, this is already lowest price. So yeah, that sold barely under 12,000, and it's now selling for $1. So yeah, that's basically my answer. Maybe it's going to be 70 to 90 cents, probably. Yeah, yeah. This is what skins are like at the moment. I'm sorry, but yeah, this is basically what they're like. It doesn't sound super enthusiastic, does it? But yeah, they're all going to go down in price afterwards because it's not going to be Easter anymore. And I'm very sorry to say that, but we are looking at this with the financial perspective. And yeah, carrot bow. It's bright, it's orange. How far will it go? Probably not far. Yeah, this is probably looking to be a 70 cent to 90 cent situation. Why do I say that? Well, metal usually sells for around $1. And, well, let's go by cheapest. So, no, not newest, cheapest. What do I see? Yep, that's selling for just over $1, just over $1. Yep, okay, so yeah, this is looking to be a 70 cent to 90 cent buy order. Sorry. All right, then we got the Bunny Blast. I saw what you wrote, Mr. Shanechka. I saw what you wrote. I'll sort that out in a bit. Bunny Blast SAR. Nice looking SAR, but SARs recently. They're in a weird position. They are in a weird position. For some strange reason, that's not showing up. I don't know why, but yeah, down 21, down 33, down 29. Now we've got a very Easter-themed one with the bunny rabbit on the side. Guys, I think by default, we're looking at this probably potentially going down to around $1.50 and maybe less. So, yeah, that's my immediate concern. And this is a wooden door. Wooden doors? Well, loads of people love wooden doors, don't they? They absolutely adore wooden doors. Yep, you can see that right there. Everybody loves a lovely-looking wooden door in their base. Yeah. What about, oh yeah, it's got see-through holes. Yeah. Unfortunately, that is the situation. Even if they have see-through holes, yeah. So yeah, that's looking super great, isn't it? 70 cents, 90 cents. And then we got the Easter Roadsign gloves. And, yep, it's a continuation of the chocolate Easter collection that we saw last year. Will that cause the chocolate Easter stuff to go up in price? Well, that's being manipulated. These have hardly changed. Doesn't look like it. So, yep, that hasn't really changed that much. Oh. So chocolate Easter Roadsign, what I'm talking about. What we need to take a look at is how well will this potentially do in the future? I remember not too long ago we were talking about Roadsign gloves. Yep, comics Roadsign gloves, yep. And we discussed a fairly notable point, and that was all of the Roadsign gloves that are part of a collection tend to hold up their value a whole lot better. So what I'm looking at is if this doesn't sell too much, maybe it might be a good thing to put your money down onto. 99 cents. It's the lowest selling skin so far. Might be something to keep an eye out for. So we'll wait until Wednesday. I'll do my abnormal video, and we'll take a look at that, and we'll make a consideration maybe if that's going to be a good thing to put our money towards. Because I'm looking at it with curiosity. At the very least, it would probably hold its value. So keep an eye on that one. And then, of course, we got the likes of the Exu and the Rustige Egg. So let's start talking about Easter in general. So I was hoping to see the player count increase very nicely. We probably can't see it there. It's not updating, but what I can do is I can go to stats on the store, and I can go see the most played games right now. Most played games, Rust is currently got 140,000 people currently playing. So yeah, there you go. Player charts doesn't always, Steam charts doesn't always update super frequently. Now, the main thing that we need to talk about, the egg suit. So the egg suit right there. That close that. Sorry, this is selling for $10, and surprise, surprise, it was very close to what Alistair was saying back in July of 2022. We're going to sell it at $12. Well, they gave you a $2 discount. Helk did not announce the skins being released today, as in saying they're about to come out. No, he didn't do that. Maybe because he was busy with getting the Easter thing out. But here we are. Yes, gentlemen, you just mentioned it, didn't you? You just mentioned that someone just sold to the highest buy order. So let's just discuss what's going on with this. Basically, with the Egg suit, this got leaked into the game last year because it was going to be released. It wasn't released, but you could still unbox it, open it in a high quality crate. No, high quality bag. My apologies, high quality bag. So there was about a few of them that were in circulation, around 5 or plus, and basically there was a big fuss because someone traded like 13 big grins for a single egg suit, and the devs noticed, and they were like, guys, we don't want anything like this to happen with our game. We're gonna officially announce that it 100% will be coming out in 2023. Lo and behold, here we are, and it's now selling for $10. So a lot of people, by default, probably are looking at the page and being amazed that, wow, it's already here. Well, again, yeah, because, you know, some people have actually sold these on the Steam market over the past year. But yeah, I think a lot of people will be buying them purely with the intent to try and sell these to the highest buy orders right here. If you are one of the people right now with a buy order right there, you probably want to remove it because it's going to get sold to. Yeah, and apparently, one of them's just sold now. Apparently, there was a $700 buy order here, and one of them's just been sold directly. I'm not sure what's happened. Sinechko in the chat just mentioned it. One egg suit was sold right now on the Steam market. Maybe he unboxed it from the high quality crate. Maybe he took it from a third party site. Maybe that's what they did. So, yeah. Now, here's something that I just wanted to point out to you as well. Earlier this week, so with it being April 6th, on April 2nd, someone bought one of these on the Steam market for $1,500. Oh dear. Oh my god. Oh, mate, look what I wanted to point this out. Could you imagine making that much of a blunder? We knew they were going to get released. He still went and bought it for $1,500. That is rough. So someone's going to done that 4 days before they got released on the Steam, on the Rust store for $10 each. Ooh, yeah, that's not looking good. So, oh dear. So yeah, yep, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if tons of them get bought purely with the intent to sell to these very high buy orders. Is it worth trying to go for this? Probably not. There's people with like bots and stuff that are going to just automatically get this done within nanoseconds. So yeah. And yeah, that's basically it. That's already there. Now we need to go back over to here and talk about the white Rustige Egg. So guys, we've had many Rustige Eggs come out over the past few years, but here's the thing that I need to discuss with you. When these first two came out, nobody really understood what was going on. They thought, all right, maybe these will get reintroduced for every Easter. No, we got these instead. And then after these, we got this. And then there was a year gap, and now we got this one. So, yeah, these are expensive because there's only like 600 of these and 800 of these, all right? Is that understandable? Okay, cool. Now, when these first came out, there was also a big glitch with these where they could block doors. I can't fully remember how it all worked, but there was a big glitch where it made raiding very hard if these were placed right in front of it because they had stupidly high health. You get the idea. And then when these came out, these actually did struggle for quite a long time because a lot more of them were bought and a lot of them were on the Steam market. But as time has, passed, these have graciously increased in price. And now they're selling for $8 almost each. When this one came out, 3 times as much. Loads of these were bought out. And it is now struggling. Not struggling as in it's the end of the world. But here's the point I'm trying to get across. Yeah, it's doing better now because it's Easter. But when it's not Easter, it doesn't do good. Last year, it reached a peak of about $5, and it went immediately down in price after that. And then, lo and behold, it's Easter again. It's starting to go back up again. So what do you reckon is going to happen to this Easter green Rustige Egg? It's going to go down after Easter. So, yeah, there's far too many of them that were bought. There's far too many of them on the Steam market. It's got its own problems to deal with. Basically, this could potentially happen to the likes of the white one. If too many of these are bought, then we're going to have a green egg situation. So you've got to be prepared for that. You've been warned. All right. So if it sells too much, it's not going to be a good thing to own, I guess, or buy, if you're looking at this with the financial perspective. So again, this by default, it being a new item, we can buy order it. So that's what we can do. It's technically abnormal. So abnormal bind is what I'm trying to say. So we can chase after it, but what price was this at its cheapest? Let's just quickly go find that out. Cheapest at around the end of July last year. This was selling for around just barely over $1.50. I think with a $6.49 white one, it probably would go as low as $2 if things are bad. So Yeah, that's something we'll discuss in terms of what price we want to offer for the abnormal buy orders. And the only two things to chase after next Wednesday will be the white Rustige Egg and the Easter chick door. So that's basically it. We've gone through everything. There's not much else to sit here and talk about. I have made my rust skin checks this past, well, just literally 2 days ago. I've got all the potential skins that very likely could be accepted for next week. So if you're interested in all of this, if you want to go through all the potential new skins that very likely could potentially be accepted next week, well, on my YouTube right now, you can go to Rust Skin Checks Easter, Week 2. And I've already discussed all of them. We haven't seen any collection continuations in Week 2. And remember what I said? I wouldn't be surprised if we see some of the skins from the first week potentially getting accepted for week 2 as well. If we saw, where's that door? Where is it? Back, yeah. If we saw this appearing early, I wouldn't be surprised if we see some of the week 1 skins appearing for next week as well. So, yeah. Yes. So, in terms of clothing, oh, wait, where are we? Where is the clothing and armor? I'm sorry, I'm trying to find it. Yeah, here we go. So there was a version 2 of this, but it actually got pushed into week 1. So we could potentially see next week maybe all of the chick suit stuff coming out all together in one go, because I don't think these two are going to get much of a shout. Maybe we'll see Guardian of Easter gloves being accepted. That could very likely happen, but yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. Yes, we do have a whole bunch more stuff, so if you'd like, you can go to, I'll put it in the description, the link to this, and you can go through all of these skins yourself, vote yes or no if you like them, and please consider offering a nice comment or two on the actual page itself. So yeah, you could go through all of this and show your support. Very nice, very cool. Gentlemen, that's basically this week. That's basically it. One more final thing to bring up. I mentioned this last night with the abnormal buy orders. We have this straw poll. This was actually made, and I can show it to you. Let's go back over to Rust. This was actually made by Rust itself, the Rust Discord to be precise. Yeah, they're the ones that made it. And you might be a little bit confused what you're talking about. I actually made a short video talking about this. They're trying to get a good idea of what potentially people in general would like to see become skinnable next. So you've got 33 different utilities, vehicles, weapons, tools, armor, clothing that still have not become skinnable. And they're asking you, hey, what would you like to see? And well, after, over 1,000 different people voting, these are the current results. So, tool cupboard, handmade LMG, bed, tactical gloves, prototype 17 pistol, M92 pistol, large furnace, minicopter, auto turret, high external walls and gates, BAS 12, and many, many, many more. Yep, what's the lowest rated one? Kayak. Oh, damn. But yeah, you can show you can vote yourself. The link is in the Rust Discord in the skins section, all right? I'll probably link this as well in the description of my YouTube video as well. So yeah, it's just a nice, bit of data gathering just to get a good idea of what people like. And yeah, just remember, it's dragging them in order. So you don't click one and then say, I want this. No, you drag them in order of what you prefer. Rank 1 being the thing that you'd most likely want to see being skinnable, and then of course rank 33 for things that you don't really want to see become skinnable. So yeah, that's the idea. That's basically everything. And we've gone through it all. So yes, what's a TEC skin going to look like? Buddy, just let the skin creators have the assets and let them cook, all right? Just let them cook. They'll make wonderful, fascinating things, all right? Just let them have it and let them go wild, and you'll see stupidly insane things being made. Can we skin the trowel? Stainless steel is easier to clean. Not a bad idea. Someone did mention that they don't actually have the nail gun in that either. I mean, yeah. But yeah, I was like, come on, what about wolf headdress? Wolf headdress, where are you? Yeah. I keep forgetting wolf headdress doesn't have skins. I think that would be an awesome thing to have skins. I don't care too much about the vehicles. Personally, I think cars and minicopters and whatnot, they should be skinnable, but they should be DLC skins. Like, leave it for Face Punch to make the things, and then, yeah, you get it. That's what I personally think. But for all of the other small things, like the LMG and bone armor, wood armor, yeah, I'd like to see that become skinnable. Make the primitive stuff have more skins. That would be awesome. Give it to us. Give me. So yeah, skinnable trowels, all right. Oh, now look what you've gone and done. Look what you're gonna done now. Why did you bring that up, Joseph? Now everyone's rioting in the chat. So yeah, That's basically everything. So the final word is, by default, holiday theme skins tend to not do very nicely in terms of investing. But you might get one outlier that potentially could be something that's not too gimmicky for the holiday, and it ends up being beloved and everybody wants it afterwards. I think it might be that door. I still think Eoka could also potentially be one like that as well. But yeah, that's basically everything that I needed to say. So I hope you all enjoy your Easter weekend. Depending where you are in the world, you've probably got 4 days off, and that sounds great, doesn't it? So have a lovely day, have a lovely weekend, have fun collecting all of those eggs in Rust, and yeah, catch you all later. See you and goodbye. Right, guys, so there's just one extra little thing that I want to talk about properly, and that's the nest hat and the bunny hat situation, because a lot of you did invest into these with the expectation that we were going to see these being in the Rust store, and of course, by default, people would potentially buy them from the Steam market because they're selling at a higher price in the Rust store, like we have seen in the past few years. But yeah, they haven't appeared, and I did mention earlier, I wouldn't be surprised if these potentially get introduced next week. This is the first year that we've ever had 2 weeks worth of Easter Rust skins. So yeah, 2 Rust stores of just Easter skins, much like what we'd have for Halloween and Christmas. So I have seen in the past where Halloween 1 week didn't have all of the items, and then the next week they introduced more. Maybe we will see the nest hat and the bunny hat appear like next week. It could happen, no guarantees, but by default, you might want to sit here now and think, well, if these haven't been reintroduced, does this mean they're probably never going to be reintroduced ever again? And now you have to start thinking, do you want to jump into this? And do you want to buy them? Do you want to own them? And do you think that they potentially will ever be brought back? This is actually a situation that did happen to the likes of the Easter Door Reef. So when this first appeared back in like 2019, it wasn't brought back until 2022, and that was only purely because of what happened with the egg suit. So what basically happened with the likes of this is it just kept rising and rising and rising in price because it was never brought back. But with the weird situation that happened to the egg suit last year, well, they had to quickly grab something to throw out into the Rust store to take its place. They threw out the Easter Door Reef. But yeah, these 3 Easter-themed items were not brought back this week. Could they appear next week? Maybe. Will they potentially go up in price from here on now? Well, it is Easter, so it is their main time, you know, for usage and whatnot. But we'll have to just keep an eye out for next week. That's all that we can do. That's basically all that we can do. Because, yeah, the main driving force for what was initially going to cause these to go up in price is that people would notice these in the Rust store, and then instead of buying them for like $6 or $5, they'd actually just go to the Steam market and buy it for cheaper. That was our main hope, but it didn't happen, so let's just find out. I'm very sorry this happened, but you just never know what's probably going to roll out in the future, so be prepared, but maybe they're never going to get brought back ever again. But then there's one extra thing that I wanted to talk about. We actually did notice the person who bought the egg suit. Yeah, someone actually managed to get an egg suit and quickly list it, and then it sold to a guy called Little Mayo. And yeah, this guy just bought an egg suit from the Steam market for $700. So if you are if you're one of these people right here with a very high buy order, and there's a lot of them, you might want to remove it, because there's a whole bunch of people that are going to buy an egg suit with the pure intent to try and sell it to these very high buy orders. And I wouldn't be surprised if, of course, you know, when abnormals roll in and whatnot, that just gets Thanos snapped and all of the buy orders disappear because everybody sells to them. So that's going to be something that we'll probably want to keep an eye on and see how that rolls out. That's going to be an interesting thing to look at. I could try and get someone in my server to record it if you can, and I want to see what happens to this. Does it just instantly vanish? That would be a cool thing to take a look at. But yeah, this already has a ton of buy orders already put down, and most of them are me, because I already attacked it. Because the very second it appeared on the Steam market last year, I put all my buy orders down, and I anticipated this selling for $12. Nope, it sells for $10. But hey, the buy orders I put down are still low enough where I still think I will make a profit if I buy them. So that's all out of the way. These are the extra things that I just wanted to bring up. Again, once more, I hope you have a lovely Easter. Go have a lovely weekend. I'll catch you all later. See ya, and goodbye.